All right, hey Charles, how you doing? And hello to everyone in
This is
chat.
Survivor Circle for August 9th, 2022. Welcome to the show. We've got Ron sitting in today. And
And yeah,
how you doing, Ron?
I know that I don't look as nice as Maria or anyone else, but anyway, I'm here.
Ron, you're unique. You are one of a kind. And
Yeah,
we're glad to have you here today.
yeah. All right, so I'm trying to get over to the YouTube side so you see the comments. I see the live comments off the
Ron
mute chat.
made it to the post. We've
All
got,
right, there we go. Hey, Papa
we've got
Tom,
Yuffie,
Lorraine,
Marco,
Oopie. Yep.
Papa Tom.
All right, good deal. I made it. Hey, Marco.
Regulars are all making it back in. Uh, you know, it's tough out here. So many distractions.
Oh yeah.
And
So you know what
speaking of
I was thinking about Charles.
distractions, I suppose
So I was you had mentioned the topic kind of about being connected, sort of. I don't know what
yes,
the topic would be,
it
but
recurs. It seems
yeah,
like it goes away for a while, and then all of a sudden you get like three different things that you run across in a week, and they're
yeah,
talking about exactly the same thing that we've been talking about last week,
yeah.
or had planned to talk about this week. And it's all about the connect. How does that happen? You know,
I don't know.
I was listening to Andrea Perron on Monday,
Yep.
and she was doing her show on, and I said, wait, what are they talking about? What are they doing? So I looked at my journal for that morning and took the last line of my journal entry and posted it because it was exactly what they were talking about,
Wow.
exactly on the topic. And you know, we don't talk. we have, there's something else going on. It's not about talking. It's not about, but there's a connection there that goes beyond the, beyond beyond something that we can put our fingers on. And I think it's great that it's happening. You know, the synchronicities and the connections, because with those connections, if we can accept them and use them, that gives us a wonderful power, because
Oh yeah.
we that's the kind of thing that moves the world. When a large a large maybe not large, but a significant portion of the people are thinking the same thing, are connecting in that way, in a unanimous, we create reality. I mean, it's argued, not by me necessarily, but we create reality. And I had another friend that dropped me some a an article, and it had been around for quite some time, but it's perfectly fitting into this genre. Okay. And it was a supposedly, it was like a what's the word when you talk for somebody else, but like a seance, a channeling. Okay. A channeling from a Bigfoot elder to through this person. And I read through it. I couldn't find anything. I really couldn't find anything that I disagreed with. It made perfect sense to me. Okay. I can't say it's absolutely true, but it had a lot of moving parts and they all seemed to fit in. So either,
Oofy is asking who creates Andy's reality. That's a good question.
oh, I think that goes. I think that goes way back. I think there are princes and towers and dragons involved in that.
All right. So yeah, the connection aspect of things. It's interesting that we have so many of the same friends that we know show
Mhm.
up at our shows that we do. You
Speaking of
know,
which,
and um, I'm sure they all have other things to do, but yet they spend an hour with us here talking about, sharing their thoughts or
and we're
whatever.
so glad to have them.
Oh
Hi.
yeah. I'm just thinking about how that's we're connected. Hey Esther, how you doing?
Hey, Ron.
Good.
Charles.
Oh, that's better. See, I like that. That's
Oh yeah.
yeah. And it is. It's fascinating, and but it's not scary fascinating. It's just
Interesting,
it's
fascinating.
so, yes, it's so interesting. It's validating when you when it's like when you hear your own words coming out of somebody else's mouth. It's I guess in a way that's a little bit scary, but when you hear somebody else telling you something that you haven't quite said yet, you know that you're on the same connection. You're cooked together in the same vibration, and that's just that shows what we. I think that's something that hasn't happened before. Okay,
Right.
in human history, it hasn't happened before. It's like
Well,
it's
see,
like
another thing that I find interesting is we could be talking offline, not on a show. Esther and I have
oh,
had this happen.
oh
We've been
let's
talking offline, and all of a sudden something comes up that we were talking about. And
yes,
I was like, wait a
yes,
minute, what's going on? Oh, we're chatting in the messenger
all
chat
the
and
time, all the time.
sharing stuff, and all of a sudden, the same topic, pops up. Now on Messenger, somebody could be watching that, and then they can strike up the conversation. But if we're just talking, in a private chat, talking
Mhm.
about a
Yeah,
topic that we want to discuss, and all of a sudden, bam, we got 20 people,
you
talking
bounce
about it.
you bounce over and go to Alan Smith, and that's his topic for next
Yeah, is
week.
that weird? That is weird. And so, what Esther, what we were discussing is the connection topic that we were talking about, and
Exploring.
you and I were talking about that. You were talking about that with the cosmic Wi-Fi and with the Akashic records.
It's
What it all
it's
Yeah.
means.
re- it's real. Yeah.
What?
And
I
so,
need,
what I find
I
interesting
need,
though is
I
that
need a
Monday,
definition. I need a
Mon-
definition of the Akashic records.
yeah, and then Monday night, uh, on what Charles was talking about on Andrea Perron's show with her co-host Jeff.
Hmm.
Jeff was talking about the connection of everyone's connected, which is what we were talking about before, and what you're kind of going to be discussing in the next few weeks about this topic. So,
But Ron,
yeah,
we've been talking about this for 4 years.
yeah, yeah, but I'm glad that finally it's not just us making some kind of noise.
Yes.
Everyone's kind of getting in on it, and so that means that we've been on the right track. Sometimes I'll think about a band, like you hear a band and you're thinking
Hmm.
that doesn't sound any good, and then 5 years later, hey, that sounds pretty good. The same band, you know. But at the time that you first heard it, it wasn't the right timing for what they were playing. Okay, so with our conversation 4 years ago or 5 years ago, 4 years ago at least, and then we're talking about this connection process, you know, and the interesting thing is that not everybody was caught up to speed yet as where we were.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden it seems like everyone's finally catching up to speed. They were talking about other stuff that we had no interest in. So we were more interested in discussing the uh, power and the ability to basically be connected with just about anybody, anywhere, anytime. You know.
Am I loud?
No, you're fine.
Oh, you're
Okay.
fine.
Because once you figure out how this works, you can play with it. Like my other group,
Oh, yeah.
we send colors back and forth to see if we can, and we do. I mean, it's real. You
Yeah.
can send thoughts and messages to other people that you're on the same frequency with.
Yes. I'm
I mean,
glad.
you
I'm
got to
glad
be
you-
kind of.
I don't think I can do that yet. I don't think I've got an example in my own life of that. But I want to address Lorraine's question. Charles, is that connection very, very new, or is it part of an old primal ability? Well, funny you should say that. That old primal ability, according to the Sasquatch, the elder that spoke through the Indian guide, that's exactly what it is. It's an old primal ability that we have lost. That
Mhm.
no, not lost. That has been stolen from us. Okay,
Yeah.
we're taking it back now.
Or it was just the fact that people thought we were getting too smart for our britches, if you will. You know, and so they dummied us down, and said, "No, you can't do that. That's wrong. That's evil. You can't do that." And so then we end up not using our gifts, because we were told it's
Oh,
evil.
we traded those gifts for ease. Okay, for lacking. We moved our when we moved into towns, we moved into cities. Okay,
Hmm.
we abandoned nature, and we need nature. We need a connection
No,
with
I went back that way. I went back to
before.
nature.
Well, well,
I have a document, 148 pages, and on page 8 of it, it's a government document. It talks about incantations and what people think are demons and intuition and wizardry. It's all part of the UFO phenomenon.
oh,
Hmm.
mm,
It's all.
which one's that? I mean,
Um,
how long? How long ago? When did this come out?
I'll tag you in it. I think it was in the 70s.
Okay,
I
that
think
sounds
it.
like
I think the report
that
was written
sounds
in the.
that sounds like something that was connected with the aviary back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a CIA. Basically, it was a CIA group or one of those hidden three-letter bunches that were seeking out. Saying, "Oh, this can't be out ET. It's got to be demons." Yeah, I know all about demons.
Well, they wrote a 148-page report, or
I know.
147 page.
Yeah, yeah.
Something had to be to it. Why would they have it?
Well, they couldn't just be making it up, right?
I
Just
got Tom's triangle and the viewpoint. If you look on the left side of my picture.
oh, okay, gotcha. Yes, just looks like a domino from here, dude.
Yeah.
Lights on and have it float around a little bit.
It's actually pretty big. It's like
Yes.
what, 15 or 13 inches long and on each side. So yeah. So
That's
now, so what do you recommend we do then, Esther, to enhance or to maybe not enhance but improve our abilities, and how do we use them?
Yeah.
So you don't want to use them for
What,
bad. You don't want to use them for evil. You want to
I
use
don't
them.
know that it's possible to use it for bad. I really don't.
Okay.
And there's a reason I don't. I say if it were possible to overpower a person and take over and make them do something that they couldn't they wouldn't normally do, they'd have been doing it or doing it a lot more than there's any evidence of them doing it.
I listened to a lady today all about it. She says there's 4 ways to be able to get on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was listening to her, and none of her ways was how I did it. But I think, and she didn't mention this, one of the most important things you do is listen to the frequencies that clear out any negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do that 2 or 3 times because you don't want anything negative, within your own energy,
Yes.
because that's going to block you from having access.
Yes.
And any kind of dark intentions you've ever thought will still be there. And you just want to do that first. And then after that, you'll do, some frequency, few
So
nights,
you're saying
couple of weeks.
if you're working from a lower frequency, a lower class of, okay, evil. If you're in that lower register, you don't have enough power. You're always overpowered by the higher register.
I didn't do the 900 and something. That's like God consciousness. I didn't
Oh no.
I didn't try to go that high, but I did 2 nights separated by 2 days and listened to it all night while I slept. And
Oh,
it just opened up and started flowing.
huh.
Nice.
I used to have things here, yonder, and there, but it's a lot more now. Things are a lot clearer.
I
Now,
was
what was
watching I was
what was
watching Seinfeld last night. That's what
this
I went to sleep.
like a meditation that you were doing, or
No,
no?
no, I did my normal bedtime routine. I would set out my intention, you
Okay.
know, to
Hmm. Okay. That's interesting. I like that.
um a lot of people say raise your vibration and but people don't really know what that means, but it really
Yeah.
does change the way your brain processes, and you can go up that higher level, have access to it.
Ah. Hmm. That's an interesting thought, Yuffie.
Sometimes I'll get like a download and I'll
Mm-hmm.
wake up, none of it'll make sense, and then something will trigger part of it later,
Ah.
and I'll remember and I'll know what it was for.
Yep.
So I'm sure there's people way better at it than I am.
Well,
I'm new to it.
I had something happening. Oh, maybe about a year ago now that I started. It was more than that, but about a year ago is when I was like I was like reading text as it's scrolling by, okay, and it was so far
Venus.
away and so unclear that I couldn't make it out.
Right.
And someone, I think it was Carol Carley, said, "Well, just work on slowing it down, where you can read the words." And I thought, "What? Duh! Like that's gonna work."
So this
And
happened every night, or
it didn't happen every night, but it happened fairly often. Okay,
hmm
I thought, okay, I can do this, and I got to where I could do it. I could slow it down, slow down the it's like being on a really busy site where you have comments going boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
flowing by, and there's no way you can keep up.
hmm
But I got to where I could slow it down and stop it and focus in on the word, on one word. And my intent was to do that and kind of figure it out and write it down. Quick write it down. But it seems like it never made. I could find the words, but I couldn't connect them to any meaning. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
could read the word, but it just didn't go anywhere. So I haven't had that happen now for months anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of disappointed. I really thought I was like tying into the tying into the wave, but it didn't work for me. It didn't. It just didn't give me anything.
Yeah, Ron sent me a text, and I didn't know whether to share this or not 'cause it's kind of personal. But when I
Was it
woke up this
Ron?
morning, when I woke up this
Go ahead. No.
when I woke up this morning, this man was handing me an envelope, and the envelope said cancer.
Mhm.
And then Ron sent that thing that said, well, he knows what he sent, and now here I am on Survivor Circle. So
Uh, no, I was. Let's see, what did I say? I can't
I
remember what
mean,
I
it's
said.
starting just to feel like I'm just along for the ride. I don't know what's gonna happen next.
Yes,
Kind of how it's feeling.
it's a big wave, and we're all trying to surf it.
Yeah.
We don't know where it's going, but we're
Well,
just.
see, remember, Charles, you remember a while back, maybe
Mhm.
be longer than 4 years, maybe 5 years. I wanted to try a uh, meditation experiment,
Yes.
and what I meant by that request was that the day at the same time every day. It doesn't matter where you are in the time zones, okay? Because everyone's gonna have a different time zone. However, that works for you at whatever time during the day. If it's when you first wake up, when you go to bed at night, or if you can do both, that'd work out all fine. But if you take starting with 5 minutes, go with the least amount of time as possible, and you're gonna be amazed when you start meditating. 5 minutes is not going to be enough time. You're going to need
Mhm.
more time to get your you know process going. And so by the time you get done, you're already at a 30-minute time limit
Uh
before
huh.
you even know it. And anyone that has practiced meditation process, they know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And so, um, what I would encourage anyone to do, towards the end of the year here, coming up here, the holiday season and everything like that, take the time to take care of yourself. Take a moment, meditate. You don't have to go into any formal routine or anything like that, but except for to have a set time that you're going to do it at. So be responsible for your own time. But like say for me, it would be like when I first wake up, and when I get first going, before I do my radio show in the morning, I can do the meditation process, say at 8 o'clock in the morning on my time. And so if I did it that way, then when I get done, it'll be time to go uh, to my radio show. Okay,
Mhm.
so now I realize everyone gets busy; they got work schedules and everything like that. But you can find time to meditate outside of work schedules. I know we can, and outside of family business things. So consider that, and I want to see um, notes. Kind of like a record of notes that people will take and just a response to what you might get, whether it be messages you get, whether it be feelings you get, whether it be you know whatever you might get, or whatever you might get connected to. Since we're talking about connection,
Yep.
okay, let's work our way into getting better connected to the source, so to speak. And I'm not trying to go too far out of the realm of what we believe in the Christian religion and the spiritual belief of speaking with God. Some people say, "Oh, that's evil." What you're talking about? No, it's not evil. David mentioned you need to meditate. King David. Okay. Many of the psalms that he has written mentions meditation.
Mhm.
And things like that. And that's a form of communicating. Okay. Now, I think if we all kind of meditate, like I think Andrea was talking about it last night, talking about, you know, s- do a send a positive signal. Everyone send a positive signal. And try to
I think
heal the planet,
I
so to
think
speak.
sending a positive and peaceful message out to the world is a very admirable thing. It's something we very much need right now. You know, there's
Yeah.
so
And if
much.
nothing else, we're gonna feel good about doing it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yes.
And I think, like I said, like what Andrea said last night, is if other people join in on this, we don't know
Mhm.
what the results are going to be, but they're going to be something. They're going to, should be
Yes.
positive. I would think it would turn some, it might put some kind of thought into somebody, into the leader's mind. Oh, I better change my way of thinking and do this right. We don't know,
Well,
but
I'm a great believer in you get back what you give out.
yeah,
You know.
and not doing anything that
Yes.
gets you nothing.
Ranting and screaming and throwing a fit hasn't ever, in my opinion, ever gotten me anything back that was positive. And I was net, and it's a failure as a way to communicate because you're talking to the part of a person that can't listen to you.
Yeah.
And it's very important.
All right. So a show of hands, everyone in chat.
Oh my.
If you're interested in this little experiment, I'm going to call it an experiment, or exercise, perhaps would be a better word. Raise your hand, and you pick the time you want to meditate. Just let us know that you're in on this challenge and this experiment or exercise rather. And what I wanted to know is, like, say in a week, like next week, or if you want to go a month, a week is good. Um, but yeah, the shared intent is to have a positive sending of energy, a positive thought, peace, love, joy, whatever, love, joy, peace, or however you want to say it. Um, and so kind of sending that out to the universe. All right. And if nothing else, we're going to feel better, I think, when we do this. Okay. And then if we affect the energies around us in our local areas, we're going to see people acting different. We're going to see them responding differently to us. Okay. And most of it should be positive, I would hope, you know, unless somebody's really so far off that.
I have a
uh,
amethyst by my bed because I don't, I want protection because my stuff happens in the sleep.
Ah. Well, what does okay? What does amethyst react with?
It it reacts to negativity.
Oh,
It's for
okay.
protection,
Okay.
healing and protection. Quartz, just the clear, is also for clarity. If somebody cares into crystals or whatever. But those clearing it,
Mhm.
frequencies,
Okay.
clearing out the bad energy, that's important.
Hmm.
yeah. And Philip Gibson, he's a ghost hunter and a paranormal researcher, and
Mhm.
he shared a post the other day talking about the colors of orbs and what it means, what they mean. And I've seen white orbs before, which are good. They're angels usually. Okay. Why is the bird hitting my window, dummy? Anyway, flew right into my window. And he like
No.
landed on the railing out there, wondering what happened. But anyway, so and then you said red was anger or restlessness. Could mean war or some kind of thing is going to happen. It's going to turn everything upside down. I've never seen a red orb. I've seen white and I've seen orange and I've seen green before. Those were the three colors that I've seen in my lifetime. So I know that they do exist. I don't understand what they are or why I see them. Um, I've seen small white dots all around. I've seen small black dots all around. Not the floaty in your eye either. I'm talking about out in the air. Okay, and there weren't gnats or bugs or anything like that. They were black dots that were floating around in the air. Now, I don't know if it's UFOs. I don't think so. I think they're more spiritual aspect of things, which, again, the connectivity issue. Okay. Hello to Jenny. How you doing? And Jenny Miko, we know who she is. My friend Jenny, you made it. All right. Good deal. Good to see you, Jenny. She's always a regular guest over at Bill's and
Mm-hmm.
Mark's channels, and maybe Keith's. and
So
but anyway, so yeah, I think we see these things when we are well connected and plugged in to the situation, whether we know it or not. And what happens is when we realize we're seeing something, we don't realize we're actually connected yet.
I think that's the same with a lot of things.
Yeah,
Everybody has their own their own mode of connection. You know,
yeah.
I think
So,
when I feel most connected, uh, I feel it in my words. Okay,
yeah.
especially if I'm writing something. When I'm really connected, it just flows. You know,
Well, my goal for the purpose of the meditation exercise would be to note how we connect. Whether when we're connecting, we're thinking about our little group here, and we're thinking about people in our group that we know, we're thinking about people we socialize with. And so write down things that we notice and things that pop out at us. And of course, Andy, be careful. This is a PG-13 exercise, not so. So we don't want Andy to write down some kind of weird thing. He'll be meditating and think, "Oh, I saw the." Uh,
So when are you starting this, Ron?
I wanted to start it. Well, you can start at any time, but I was,
back again,
yeah,
or
yeah. I
that's
wanted, I wanted to restart it and
you.
kind of give it a run, and now that we're more in line with the process of connecting, because everyone's been talking about it now. Finally, we're up to speed now, or they're up to speed with what we were trying to say, and so um, just grab a notebook, or if you have any piece of paper, write down. If you have a notepad on your computer or whatever, keep a separate place where you can write it down, and whatever you might feel when you're, you know, and again, cautiously, don't be crazy with some things. uh,
Oh, I'm
so
not
so
sure.
with respect, with
I'm not gonna
respect,
all that.
yeah, but with respect, whatever if you think you feel sad or you feel happy or you feel like you had a message from somebody that might not be here anymore, whoever that is, like Don Ector was talking about. He thought about Richard.
Oh yeah.
And he made a post about that on Facebook a few days ago or whatever, a week ago or whatever.
Yep.
And he said, yeah, I thought about our friend Richard. And it's kind of weird Don would say that when we had that thought already.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was part of the connection issue that we're talking about.
Yeah,
And
it's fun. It is. It's
I mean, Dawn didn't know about
the
Dawn didn't
connect
know about it.
the connections come from places where that you don't expect them, and I guess
Yeah.
that's one of the more fascinating parts of it. You make like you like with your you make the connection with your cards.
Hey, Jesse's here. Hi, Jesse.
And Esther makes connection with with what she's working with, and
So what I yeah.
it's all
So
but it all meshes like the gears, and it's all the same motive power that's moving it, and
so
it's
the
good.
intent, yeah, the intention, my primary intention would be this: to send out positivity from wherever you are, your location. If it's on a rock someplace mining for sparkly rocks, you can send out a positive intention. And you can find 5 minutes to meditate. Genghis Khan is here. And
And is this any time during the day, or everybody's at the same
anytime,
time, or
anytime that works for you, because we're all on different time zones.
okay?
Okay. So anytime that works for you, you just set a regular time that works best for you, whether it be at night, it would be in the morning time, or both. Or if in the middle of the afternoon you think, oh gosh, I got to sit down and,
Hi, Jesse.
meditate, take a moment, take a prayer session or meditate. You can call it prayer if you want. If you're a Christian, you don't want to say meditation. Although, again, King David used the
Okay,
word meditation.
this bunch, we can go with it.
Yeah. So what I want to do is send
Whether,
out the
say,
positive.
whether you call it pray, whether you call it a meditation, whether you call it a trance state, or whatever it is, it's all people using the same thing.
Yeah. And so
Learning,
I
learning to be quiet
the
and learning to
the
relax, listen. You
the
know,
intention is positive vibes
Mhm.
sending out. Okay. Now, what I want to know, when you do this, how do you feel when you do this? Are you tired? Do you get energized when you do this? Do you get relaxed when you do this? Um, what is your response to this action of meditation? Okay. Now, if you have a certain thing you want to meditate on for yourself, you can do that at that time or any time you want. But I mean, if you want to incorporate that in the whole thing, yeah, do it. You know. Then what will happen with that? Somebody else is going to contact you and say, "Hey, I thought of something about something that
Well,
came up in my meditation. I wanted to share with you. And then you can
so
talk
we'll
about it.
so we'll all do our homework,
Yeah,
share notes.
yeah. And then
There, there,
this is
there
how
is
we
no, there is no test.
this
You
is
know,
how the connection
yeah.
process. Yeah, this is how the connection process works.
Mhm.
Now I saw in there a little bit ago, Andy. I don't know if Oopie was kidding, but I thought she said Andy wanted a card. I don't know. They were talking about tarot cards,
So,
and it's like, well, this is Charles' show. You don't do that usually,
yes,
but
yes.
it's up to you. If you wanted to do something like that, we can do some readings for people if you're up to that.
Nah, let's just
Charles, we always have fun with that, don't
have
we?
the conversation. I enjoy the conversation a lot more. So,
But I mean, that's a way to connect too with the tarot cards. Believe it or not, it's a way to connect. And so we're still on the connection process. And then Oofy has a comment there. I can barely see it on my screen until you flash it up there. I'm on the YouTube side, so I'm watching it. So, does everyone like the idea of the meditation exercise?
yes, all kinds of different, all kinds
Okay, so
of methodologies going here.
yeah,
Qigong, Qigong before meditation seems to help prevent sleepies.
yeah,
And
and
energy,
when Esther Esther had me looking into some of that music for the Akashic Records connection, and I was listening to that music, and the last couple of days, I've only been listening to it for a few minutes at a time, not really long, not really putting anything into it. I could imagine if I put some time into it,
Mhm.
it'll be a little bit different. But I've been actually sleeping better. My 4 hours has actually been 4 hours, not sporadic 4 hours. So that's a good thing. It's been a solid 4 hours. I have had some dreams I don't understand that makes no sense. That I don't usually see dreams or understand dreams because of my medication I take. It's supposed to stop all of that.
Well, that's not very good, Bill.
Well, well, the issue was that
I want more vivid. I
yeah.
actually I've taken those drugs.
Well, the
And
medication
I
without it,
prescribe.
without the
Yep,
medication, I wouldn't get any sleep at all. So that's the problem with that.
I know. Just
And there's been times when I've been out of it and I've gotten like maybe an hour and a half of sleep, and that's not good. So 4 hours of sleep probably isn't good, but if I can sleep, then it's fine. Uh, if I wake up or don't get very good sleep, then I end up, of course, having a rough day the next day.
these days for me, if I can get a straight 4 hours, I'm just
Yep.
happy as can be. But that's just the way it is. I suppose I should see my problem is I get tired and then I go to bed and I lie there for hours and
Yeah.
hours and hours. Yeah. So maybe I should just go to meditation first and get relaxed as opposed to being tired. Because I'm
Ooh.
learning sometimes that
Lorraine has a good comment there.
when you're feeling something, you have to break it down and examine what it is.
Yeah.
And you know, I had a kind of a I noticed something, and I would just suddenly just feel exhausted, and I'd say, oh, "Damn, I'm tired." And I wait a minute, I need to examine that a little bit more because I no reason I should be tired. Okay, so and what that was me. I was saying, I'm angry. You know,
Hmm.
I'm not facing up to something that's making me angry, and I'm not processing it. I'm just stuffing it in the corner and hanging on to it for dear life. Be quiet, you know. And that anger was wearing me out, fighting it. So once I realized that was what I was doing, I could go back in and re-examine that anger and put it aside. Okay, go
Hmm.
through it, and over it, and overcome it. And it's not happening nearly as much now.
Yeah, and I thought that in case nobody knew or was not a fan or was a fan and forgot who she is, Olivia Newton-John passed away.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember, of course, we remember her from Greece, and
Mm-hmm.
a whole bunch of other stuff that she did. And so, oh, why am I hearing myself again?
Oh,
uh, but yeah, so remember her family and friends and things like that. That's hard to lose somebody that we know, that everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
So
there've been several of those in the last say month or
yeah,
so. To me, like, and it yeah.
okay. So did we want to do any tarot card readings? We got time. It's up to you, Charles.
Sure, go ahead. I'm game.
What else are we doing?
One. Give me one.
All right, we're doing this is part of our connection process, okay? I'm gonna do you want one or do you want three?
You do three.
Okay. I just shuffled three times and I cut. We're gonna give you three of the first top cards. And there is now I gotta get my other
That's
screen up so
strength.
I can see it. Yeah, strength. Yeah, there you go. Oh, now I can see it. It's a little delayed. I got you. Okay. So strength is the first one. That would be technically when you're doing 1, 2, 3 cards, you're looking at the past, present, and future. We can run it all together if you want. I don't know. Or you can run it past, present, and future. With present looks interesting. With present is if that's present, then it's
Three and
the
then
hermit.
the
The
hermit.
hermit. So what's interesting is you got two major arcana cards so far in the reading, which is kind of unusual to have two. One is
Okay.
good, two is kind of, well, now you got three. That's kind of weird. And I shuffled these cards. I know I did. So I don't know what the heck's going on here, Charles.
Is that three? Ooh.
Three major arcana cards. So there you go. I'm looking at the delay, so it's a little bit
Okay. Oh, we
a
got
little
it.
bit odd there. So
That's interesting. I've never seen a 3-card draw that got three.
so usually it's usually it's a suit card and then a major arcana card. So let's take a look. If any, I'll look.
Okay, I got him. I got him up already.
Okay.
The Hierophant card suggests it's better. Okay, and I clicked on it to make it bigger, and it. Okay.
Ron, do you have a black cat?
I don't. I used to.
To see the Hierophant in a reading is to embrace the convention, for it suggests that you have a certain desire to actually follow a process which has been well established. It also suggests that you want to stay within certain conventional bounds of what could be considered an orthodox approach. So instead of being innovative, you will be adapting to certain beliefs and systems which are already in place and are existing. Okay. Now we're going to go to the hermit.
Which is the present time.
Yes. The hermit suggests you're in a phase of introspection.
Huh.
You are drawing your attention inward and looking for answers within. You are in need of a period of inner reflection away from the current demands of your position. That gets me pretty
interesting
close these days. And for the final one, or the first one, strength. Strength predicts the triumphant conclusion to a major life problem, situation, or temptation through strength of character. It is a very happy card if you are fighting illness or recovering from injury.
Oh.
So I hit you hit me with a triple there.
And they all work with what you're dealing with, or
they absolutely do.
That's kind of odd. Well, usually they all work, and we do have good readings, but to have all three of them in the major arcana.
Pretty obviously hit that.
Now, if Esther has an oracle card, you got your oracle cards ready, Esther?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead and do ask her, I guess, Charles, what one would you like? Would you like the angel card or what was the other one you had, Esther?
Well, the angel wisdom is tarot.
Okay. Okay, then the oracle card is the unicorn, right?
Yeah, I got two.
Okay, which one? Which one do you think? Which one jumps out at you with Charles?
Well, I got them both shuffled, so.
Okay.
Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
And then the unicorn says, the law of grace. Be your divine essence, dissolve all in grace.
Very good.
That's kind of like what we're talking about to
Yep.
improve our
That's very good.
existence here.
Onward and upward.
All right, so Esther, I'm going to do you next, or do you want me to do me?
It doesn't matter.
Do you first? Okay, I'll do you first.
Okay.
All right. You got the Knight of Pentacles. Hey, I think I got it. I almost got it right. The Knight of Pentacles is the first card. We're going to do 3 cards. I seem to like that better than just doing one.
Yeah.
One is too short. And then the Page of Cups. Oh, look, I finally figured it out almost. It's hard watching it on the delay. I'm doing it in real time, and the action is delayed.
Ah,
And then the Queen of Swords. So there you go. That's pretty. So the present card is the Page of Cups, which is not bad, I don't think. There you go. Okay. Maria.
If you don't want it, you just be like in the Wizard of Oz, you have no power here. Be gone.
there we go.
Are
So
you going to tell
really,
me what they mean or?
So what do you
you
got,
thought
Charles?
I was waiting on Ron for a third card.
Oh,
Oh,
I did. Oh, I did the third card, the Queen of
Oh,
Swords.
okay.
so Ron done passed off that job to you.
Yeah, I was.
Well, I was gonna do it, but he
I
wanted to. He
I
wanted
just
to.
missed that last one. Okay, we're going to go with the Knight
So
of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles.
Yeah.
So, in the case of the Knight of Pentacles, the card might represent someone who is stubborn or hardworking, serious, or set in their ways. One might use this card when grappling with a question where one of those issues is coming up. When one has a question about work or home life, or a question about whether to stand one's ground on an issue. Now, the Page of Cups. Why is that giving me such a hard time? Come on. Faster, faster, faster. In general context, the Page of Cups is a bringer of messages. This can be in the form of happy news, important information, invitations to social events, gossip, or potential for romantic proposals. It can also represent your inner child, so don't take things too seriously when this card appears. It may be a sign that you need to connect to your inner child by embracing in the fun and frivolous side of life. It can also represent beauty, fashion, glamour, or style, so that you may be trying out a new personal style or having fun with fashion when this major arcana card appears. Okay, let's see what the Queen has to say about that.
Queen of Swords.
Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is an archetype of an older, wiser, feminine intellect. She should be thought of as the most masculine of all the queens and may come off as quite stern and emotionless. This card represents the importance of making judgments without relying on emotion alone. The Queen of Swords beckons you to look at all the facts before making a decision. This queen does have compassion, which is why she has her hand reaching outwards in offering, but she also wants to connect to people using an understanding that is intellectual. That's a good triple there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And then if you want to do your oracle,
I got no. Wait, postpone.
huh. Wait, now you pull that card almost every.
Every time I know.
That goes in with that. That fits.
And I also
Quite
got
yet.
soul healing, align with your essence, and see your true colors.
Okay, I'm going to do my cards, and if anybody else wants a drawing, please get on the list. Put your name up there. Say you want one. You wanted.
This is from Luffy.
Cards.
Sarah suggests a 3-card spread for relationship with another. Of course.
Yeah, we would. I'm gonna do my card first, so hold on. I'm gonna do my cards.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Okay, not bad. All right, as if I understand what I'm looking at. But anyway, first card is a star.
Okay.
Okay, and then the second card is Ace of Pentacles. Finally got the right place to hold that. Third one is the Four of Wands.
Okay.
I think I missed that one. Trying to get it up where you can see it.
Legend has it for the star. Legend has it that when you see a falling star and make a wish, it will come true. Are you in need of a glimmer of hope? In a tarot card reading, the star is just that. Optimism, hope for the future, and renewed faith are all embodied in the star. So it is no surprise that it ushers in calm and peace. If you've been having a rough time, you will soon regain your motivation and rise to the top again. The star in the tarot is the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. So now we'll go to the ace. The Ace of Pentacles, like the other aces of the tarot, represents new beginnings, opportunities, and potential.
Mhm.
And as a Pentacles card, these new beginnings correlate to the material world: finances, wealth, career, physical health, and manifestation of your goals. You may receive a new job offer, an unexpected sum of money, a new business investment opportunity may come your way. You'll have the chance to bring an idea to fruition. Okay, we're only going to go with the Four of Wands. Okay. The Four of Wands is a card of joyful celebration, blissful happiness, and appreciation for the good things in life. When this card appears in a tarot reading, it is the perfect time to celebrate with those you love the most.
There we go. Let's go over here.
Okay. You got some really happy cards there, Ron.
Oh, thank you. That's pretty good. And what's the oracle there, Esther?
Mintonkan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers, and I am presence. Expand your stellar gateway. I am that I am.
Expand your stellar gateway. Is that what we're talking about connecting?
Yeah, I mean, because that lady today, she said when you going into the Akashic record,
Mhm.
you're opening a portal to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I had a question way back in the beginning of the presentation today. What is your definition of the Akashic records? See, I've only, my introduction to them was through Casey and his writing, and that was like the source of a lot of his that he passed through was straight from the Akashic record.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go from there.
I mean, I've always heard of people automatic writing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know, where it was coming from.
Okay.
So I don't know. Over the past few months, it's kind of been like, oh, well, that's what people are tapping into when they're praying.
Okay.
They're sending out thoughts and they're receiving messages back. And I had come across a on Gaia. It was like an ad on Gaia on my group,
Mm-hmm.
and I heard them talking, so I went to the site, and then that's when I went to Akashic Records 101, and I read that article,
Okay.
and then I just thought about it for a little while, and then I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and try and do the bad energy clearing frequencies,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure about trying to train my brain yet, but I did eventually, try it and do it, and it
Interesting.
it did work. It does work.
Is the Akashic record, is that something, does that change, or is that like a fixed
I don't know how they know
script?
what
You know
they
what I'm
put.
saying?
I don't know, but it's a record of everything that's ever been
Yes.
and
Right.
ever will be.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's ever
See, I
happened.
remember on the show Supernatural, um, they kind of went into this thing towards the end where they had a library of the Winchesters.
Uh-huh.
Okay, a whole big room full of black books that was notebooks of their life, and each book was a different episode of everything. And so, depending on how they responded or reacted to a certain incident, then a book was written or was completed or was, you know what I mean? It was created or whatever. And there was one person that took care of the library and made sure everything was in order. and I'm not sure who actually wrote the books, but someone did, and it was just an interesting thought, like you were talking about, Esther, with the records. Um, I don't know if we can change them by our intentions, or if they are set in stone or set in writings that we have no way to change the outcome. But I don't think that's possible because if we have a free
She did say there is ways to change the outcome of a future event.
headed to the creek,
But she had also said that when when you get done doing it, you're supposed to close the portal. And
right?
I didn't know that,
Uh oh,
because I'm learning too.
yeah.
So
So
I
now, how do you?
always knew there
Okay,
was something. And
okay. So now, how do you open the portal? Is that through meditation?
she says that you say some kind of prayer, but she said there's 4 different ways. And
Okay. What
what
would be
she said,
what would be the easiest way for us simple people, so to
I
speak?
mean, you know, I told you how I did it. I just, cleared out negative energy and then had my stones, to protect me, my
Yeah,
crystals, and just went ahead and took the chance of, getting my brain and trained to do it. I had like 6 hours while I slept for 2 different
yeah,
nights,
yeah,
separated by some days, and it just started coming. And it's like, well, your phone rings and somebody says, "Well, I was about to call you," and it's like that, but it's like all the time.
hmm
So sometimes I do feel like I'm not connected to it, and I don't know what causes that. And according to this other lady, she says you're supposed to disconnect from it when you're done, but you're supposed to be specific and asking it a question. She didn't say it was conscious, but I have this thing where I feel like it's a conscious something.
hmm. Interesting. I like that idea. Okay, does anyone else want any
Ufi pulled some
cards?
cards. Ufi and Sarah pulled some cards.
Yep, I see
Sarah,
that.
Sarah for L.
That's Lorraine. We're Lorraine.
Okay. How Lorraine feels about her partner, the Empress. Feels confident and happy in her relationship. She feels supported and loved by her partner. Next card. How Lorraine's partner feels about her, the Tower. Elle's partner may be feeling some conflict or tension in the relationship. They may feel, oh boy, that's quick. They may feel they are not being understood or appreciated. The advice for Elle, the Fool. Lorraine should go with her heart and follow her intuition. This is a time for new beginnings and taking risks. Thank you, Yuvi. Appreciate
Mm.
it.
Okay, did Andy want a card set from me? I wonder.
No.
Yeah, good card, Sophie or Sarah. So, Andy, if you want a card, I'll do some cards for you. Okay.
There's Andy.
All right. So I'm gonna do one for Andy. See what we get. Okay. He's going to sleep, so he doesn't care. We're gonna give him some cards anyway. All right. So here's the first one. Maria.
The King of Wands.
Okay. And then Ace of Cups. This one is not the best one here, but anyway. It could be because of what he already went through.
Oh, what's that one, John? I can't I can't see it. What is it? Mm, I can't read it. I still can't read it. What's the name? Ten of Ten of Swords.
Yeah,
Okay.
nine of swords, nine nine of swords. The second one was the Ace of Cups.
Cups.
Okay.
Okay. The Let's go to the King of Wands. Okay. Sorry. The meaning of the upright position in the upright position of the King of Wands represents pure energy. Unlike other cards in the deck, this particular one is not focused on pure creativity. Instead, the king is actually way more likely to take an idea and to decisively implement it himself. The King of Wands is a natural born leader of people. He is also extremely capable. Once the king sets himself to a certain aim or goal, he is going to conveniently stick to it in order to ensure that it becomes a reality.
Hmm.
We're going for the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups signifies new beginnings, usually in terms of love, empathy, compassion, or happiness. When this minor arcana card appears, it indicates that you will be feeling happy, positive, and good about yourself.
Hmm.
Now is a great time to begin new friendships and to get out there and socialize. People will be very receptive, kind, and friendly to you with this card appearing in your reading.
Good.
Nine of Swords.
That's not so good. This is for Andy, of course.
Hmm.
Okay. Come on. Come on. The Nine of Swords is often associated with fear and anxiety about all the things that worry you and keep you up at night. Sometimes this card can be associated with trauma, one of which may be shameful to you to confide with others about, with all the psychological responses that come from having experienced that trauma. So that says use the strength of the king to get out there and have fun and ignore that. Ignore that nine thing.
Yeah,
That's what you're overcoming.
yeah. That's good. Mookie had a question. For the group, does the carnal knowledge of the reader affect the cards?
I
And
don't
of
think
course,
so.
and do you have an oracle card for
Uh-huh.
Andy?
I do.
I think our intention affects how we work the energy.
Andy is part of the Council of Light.
No.
He is
Say it again.
divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Bathe in pure love, stay open to magic.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You're picking on Andy. Andy, show us your shame.
I don't think the The person, I mean, I don't think the person pulling the cards makes a difference because like, I can't connect with how
Cards
that
are the
helps
cards.
Andy. That's up to Andy to know. I just think about whoever I'm doing it for is
Oh
that's
yeah.
what I do.
Bobby
Okay,
would like. Bobby would like.
we're gonna get Bobby. I'll get Bobby's. Thank you, Esther, for playing along on this one.
Welcome.
We, I wasn't really planning on doing this tonight, but somebody requested it, so it was like, okay. I like that one. That one jumped out. I'm gonna use that one, so we'll do it right there. Ooh, Bobby has a good one. There, look at that. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all, Bobby. Not bad at all. Mostly dealing with, well, I'm not sure about the Seven of Cups, so that's a questionable one, but I guess it's not bad, really. Seven of Cups.
Okay.
And then Ten of Cups. I think that's 10. Let's see? Yeah, 10 of Cups.
Okay. Next card.
Okay, and then the last one, Pentacles, eight of Pentacles. I'll check the number in a minute. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, there you go.
Wait. The Seven of Cups in a reading shows that you need to clearly see the shadows and visions of your imagination, not only in your dreams, but in the real world.
Ooh,
You should be careful thinking and be alert of the choices you make. In one sense, the Seven of Cups indicates that you're a dreamer who is both excited and afraid of the things you see in your unconscious. In another, the Cups is a reminder that although it is good to have dreams and wishes, it is even better to take action toward attaining those dreams. At one point in life, you will need to stop fantasizing and face the reality of life.
hmm.
To the 10, from its joyful depiction, we can assume that the 10 of Cups embody happiness, joy, contentment, and emotional satisfaction in your family, relationships, or companion. It represents an idyllic state of comfort, harmony, peace, and love in which you feel like you are in paradise. This is where all your dreams, wants, needs, and wishes have been fulfilled, and you feel a complete sense of satisfaction. Take a moment to breathe, look around you, and be thankful for all your blessings.
Good one.
Okay.
And the 8, oh, that was 7, right?
Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah.
Okay. I have to try.
Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. And we're shuffling the cards for Jesse next. And then, yeah, an Oracle card for Bobby first.
Take a break.
The 7,
Oh, wait.
the 7, the 7 of Pentacles is related to your fear of failure. You do not know
Oh,
whether you are going to reap fruit from your hard work. It could also signify frustration where there's a delay. You may have been putting a lot of effort into your projects, but it doesn't seem to bear any fruit right now. The good thing is that it means you're learning from failures and mistakes.
Ah,
It may initially not seem like it, but mistakes allow you to look on how to do better and invest your time to get the most out of your future ventures. Okay.
Bobby, take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. And soul healing, align with your essence and see your true colors.
all right. Hold on a second. We're
Okay, Pastor
shuffling.
Ron.
Shuffling is really good for Jesse because we got to get the right one for him.
Mm.
I'm stacking the deck just so we get the right one picked out.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. See that great minds think alike. Well, now. Okay, Ace of Cups, first one, and I shuffled it, and I come up with that one. Okay, Ace of Cups. I don't understand this one. I don't know how we're getting the same cards again. Should I reshuffle?
No.
Okay, we're gonna use this one again. Nine of Swords again. But how can I come up with the same cards after I already shuffled it?
You shuffle.
Yeah, so how does that work out?
Well, that was a pretty good card if I remember from a few minutes ago.
King of Wands is a good one for Jesse at the end.
That's a lot like I think
Just the other direction, though. It was just in the other direction.
okay. We're gonna do
And I shuffled it, so I don't know how I come up with the same cards.
well.
Okay.
That's the way it goes.
But go ahead and read what they mean so Jesse knows.
Getting the Ace of Cups upright, go back to the first card, shows the time to let loose of whatever emotional baggage you have and start living your life to the fullest. Like with all the other aces, there's a new beginning that is indicated here, a chance to start fresh. It might come from the form of opening yourself up to the possibilities of new relationships, romantic or otherwise, and have the ability to make you emotionally fulfilled. That sounded familiar. I'll go back to Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is often associated with fear and anxiety about the things that you worry and keep you up at night. Sometimes this card can be associated with trauma, one which may be shameful for you or to confide with others about, and all the psychological responses experiencing that time. So that's back to the nine, I think. Yes.
Interesting.
Overcome. The King of Wands. King of Wands represents pure energy. Unlike other Wands cards in the deck, this particular one is not focused on pure creativity. Instead, this king is actually way more likely to take an idea and decisively implement itself. The King of Wands is a natural born leader of people, and he is also extremely capable. Once the king sets for himself a certain aim or goal, he is going to conveniently stick to it in order to ensure that it becomes a reality.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
That sounds right. Um,
Now you get an oracle card.
don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in?
Mm.
Ah,
And enlightenment. Look from the highest perspective and see the divine in everyone.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did Venus want a reading? Venus want one. Venus, do you want a reading? You're welcome, Jesse. Thank you for being here. All right, Venus wants one. All right, here is Venus's first card.
Okay.
I always find it special to do these readings for people. Queen of Wands. Three of Cups. If only my arm can remember where to hold this card at, I'd be all right. Three of Cups. Oh, Venus, you got a good one. You're gonna be happy. Huh? Wheel of Fortune. That's a good set there.
Okay, we'll go back to the Queen of Wands.
Venus.
In general, the Queen of Wands in a reading means that you may depict a person of extreme focus and fiery passion. She is courageous and individualistic, though at times she may appear self-centered. They have a positive and uplifting energy, and they represent someone who is willing to be by your side and stand up for you. Of Cups. When you draw the Three of Cups, you will see three women lifting their cups up in the air in celebration of some sort. Good times are in the air, for the three ladies have wreaths made of flowers in their hair. Wreaths are often associated with success and victory, so their happiness is well deserved. The ladies are also seen standing on top of a field of flowers and fruit, further adding to the joyful feelings of this card.
Hmm.
There are feelings of growth, beauty, compassion, and happiness that the women share with each other.
And then the Wheel of Fortune, I think, was the last one.
Okay. Meaning, a common aspect to most interpretations of this card within a meaning is to introduce an element of change in the queen's life. such change being in station, position, or fortune, such as the rich becoming poor, or the poor becoming rich.
Hmm.
So, look, sounds to me like all good changes.
Yeah, that's interesting. I got an oracle card for Venus.
Okay. Um, trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? And oneness. Look for the common humanity. Invoke Lemurian light.
Mm.
Hmm.
Lemurian.
Interesting. Very interesting. I think the only one we have not read for was Maria. Did Maria want one? And did we get Oofy yet? We got Oofy, didn't we? Did Maria want a reading or not? Nope. Okay, Maria does not want a reading.
Okay.
Okay. Did we Oofy? I think we got Oofy, right?
Oofy did a reading.
Okay. All right. I think we got everybody then. So we did good. Well,
Well,
thank you for playing along. That was part of our connection process.
connections. Just reaching out and touching the web, feeling the connections with the
Oh wait,
cards.
she does want one. She does want. No wait. She says she. Wait, Bobby mentioned something there.
That's a definite no. That's a
Oh,
definite
do you
no.
want one or not? I'm confused, Maria. Now I'm confused.
Oh, wait.
No, she
No,
does
no,
not want a
that
card.
is not.
Okay.
You need to follow. You need to follow the conversation a little better.
All right.
Oh,
No reading. Got you, Maria. Got you now. All right. She'll take one later, another day. All
yes.
right, no problem.
I'm about done in for today.
Well, thank you for
And
doing the show, and thank
hey,
you,
it's
Esther.
it's always fun. You know,
Oh yeah.
we've got some ideas thrown out there. We've got our homework,
Mm.
and
So
Esther,
next
thank you,
week,
Gary. Thank you so
yeah.
much for being here with us today.
You're welcome, Charles.
Appreciate that a great deal.
And I would
And
like to hope that if you have any messages or any thoughts that come across your mind during the week while you're trying this meditation thing, even if it's just the first time you do it and all of a sudden you get a thought, oh, I better, write that down and then tell somebody. Don't feel
Oh yeah,
shy
always.
about reaching out. Esther is always willing to get your responses, and Charles will, and I will, and anyone in this group. If you message them, I'm sure they'll respond to your, um, you know,
and make it back here Tuesday.
yeah.
What time is Thursday's show?
8 to 10 Eastern.
8 to
Oh yeah.
10.
What show is that?
Episode 3, Astrology.
Astrology.
Yeah.
So we will, if we don't all get together before then, we'll get together then.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you again, Charles,
It's been great.
and thank
Thanks
you
everybody
everyone for
for
being
being
here.
here.
Yep.
Made my day. Okay. And good night, all.
All right. Good
Good
night.
night.